food system, you know more about this than anyone. Our food system is broken, right? I mean, 70% of us are overweight, 40% of us are obese. I published 2 studies that show as your weight goes up, the size of your brain goes down, which should scare the fat off anybody.
Meet Dr. Daniel Gregory Amen, a leading psychiatrist and brain disorder specialist. As the founder of the Change Your Brain Foundation, BrainMD, and Amen University, Dr. Amen has conducted over 250,000 brain scans throughout his career. Drawing on his extensive experience, he recommends specific diets to enhance brain health while highlighting foods to avoid. In this video, Dr. Amen will expose the 5 worst foods that are damaging your brain. These harmful foods not only affect brain function, but also disrupt the normal operation of vital organs, compromising your overall health. But that's not all. We'll also share 5 healthy diets that Dr. Amen recommends for optimal brain health, so stay tuned until the end so you don't miss any valuable information. Before we begin, did you know that unhealthy diets can significantly increase the risk of developing dementia? Your brain is the control center of your body, overseeing everything from memory and decision-making to your emotions. Unfortunately, some of the foods we consume can speed up brain aging and heighten the risk of cognitive decline, potentially leading to conditions like Alzheimer's disease. So without further ado, let's explore the 5 worst foods that can destroy brain health. The first food on Dr. Amen's list of brain-damaging foods is trans fats. Trans fats are commonly found in processed snacks and fast foods, often lurking where you least expect them. While they have long been criticized for their harmful effects on heart health, their impact on the brain is even more concerning. These unhealthy fats have been linked to cognitive decline, and many people are unaware of how severely they can affect brain function.
And for me, it means we should be eating fat-based diets. I'm a total fan of healthy fats. Salmon, avocados, nuts, green leafy vegetables, healthy oils like coconut oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil, macadamia nut oil. Your brain is 60% fat. So the solid weight of your brain is mostly fat. It's like you have this ball of fat between your ears. 30 years ago, the dietary recommendations changed to low-fat diets. Well, what did they replace the fat with? Sugar.
Although Dr. Amen highlights the benefits of healthy fats, trans fats are a different story entirely. They have never been associated with any positive effects on overall health. The situation worsens because trans fats trigger inflammation in the brain. This inflammation gradually erodes cognitive function, impairing memory and overall mental clarity. A study found that individuals with high levels of trans fats in their blood face a 50 to 75% increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. This isn't merely a case of mild cognitive decline. The damage caused by trans fats can lead to serious neurodegenerative conditions. Trans fats interfere with essential cell functions by damaging the brain's neurons, reducing the efficiency of communication between brain cells. Over time, this disruption can lead to brain shrinkage, which is a key indicator of Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Another study revealed that individuals with higher trans fat consumption were 48% more likely to suffer from depression compared to those who avoided these fats. The most alarming aspect of trans fats is that their damage to the brain is cumulative. Each time you indulge in fast food like burgers or fries, you're increasing the risk to your brain. In other words, trans fats do more than clog your arteries. They actively harm your brain. Eliminating them from your diet is a simple yet powerful step to protect your cognitive health as you age. The next brain-destroying food that Dr. Amen explores is processed food.
So diet really does matter, and our processed foods are loaded with pro-inflammatory omega-6s. So corn and soy, we're overloaded with them. I mean, not that they're evil, but
It's just a balance.
they're not the right choice as primary staples in our diet.
Processed foods are a common part of many diets, but their convenience comes at a high cost to your brain. Packed with preservatives, artificial flavors, and unhealthy fats, they may be quick and easy, but they can wreak havoc on your brain health. One of their biggest dangers is the inflammation they trigger, which affects not only the body, but also the brain. When you consume processed foods, you're ingesting a large amount of refined sugars and additives with a heavy load of pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids that disrupt your body's natural processes. According to research, diets high in processed foods lead to chronic inflammation, which is directly linked to cognitive decline. As you consume these foods over time, they can break down the blood-brain barrier, which is a critical shield that protects the brain from harmful substances. Once compromised, toxins and chemicals can enter the brain, affecting focus, memory, and even emotional balance. Processed foods also lack the essential nutrients your brain needs to function properly, leaving its neurons undernourished. This increases the risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Research from the National Institute of Health also found that a high intake of processed foods increases the risk of cognitive impairment, making them one of the worst foods for brain health. Sugar is the next brain-damaging food Dr. Amen identifies.
What's bad about sugar for the
It's
brain?
pro-inflammatory.
What does that
It
mean?
makes you diabetic.
But I mean, as it relates to the brain, why is like orange juice or the ice cream bad for my brain?
Because it's ultimately going to give you high blood sugar levels, which erode your blood vessels, and you're going to have lower blood flow to your brain. That's a bad thing. I mean, there's so many things about it. So it's addictive, it's pro-inflammatory. It makes it more likely you're going to have diabetes and obesity. So 72% of Americans are overweight, 42% are obese. I've published 3 studies on 35,000 people. As your weight goes up, the actual physical size and function of your brain goes down.
Here's what he has to say about it. Did you know that excessive sugar intake is a major contributor to cognitive decline, impairing memory and learning over time? Found in sodas, candies, and processed snacks, these sugars can wreak havoc on the brain. Here's the catch. When you consume too much sugar, your brain experiences a spike in glucose. While glucose is essential for brain energy, an overload can overwhelm and damage it. A study found that high blood sugar levels cause poorer cognitive function and a higher risk of dementia. This is because excessive sugar intake leads to insulin resistance in the brain, which is a precursor of Alzheimer's disease, sometimes referred to as type 3 diabetes. Moreover, sugar causes inflammation, disrupting communication pathways between brain cells. It also negatively impacts the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory. The worst part is that sugar can be addictive, creating a cycle of overconsumption and further brain damage. This demonstrates that sugar doesn't just lead to weight gain, it also robs your brain of its potential. High sodium foods are another group that Dr. Amen identifies as dangerous to brain health.
Having excess salt in your diet can affect your heart and can affect your blood pressure.
While salt is essential for bodily functions, excessive consumption is a silent threat to brain health. Think of processed meats, canned soups, and salty snacks. These foods do more than just elevate blood pressure. They cause significant damage to the brain. Surprisingly, many people are unaware that their favorite salty treats are gradually impairing their cognitive abilities. This damage accumulates over time, creating a perfect storm for neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Here's how it works. Too much salt intake leads to high blood pressure, which in turn reduces the free flow of blood to the brain. This means less oxygen and nutrients reach critical areas of the brain responsible for memory, learning, and decision-making. According to the American Heart Association, journals high-sodium diets impair endothelial function, which is important for maintaining blood vessels, ultimately reducing cerebral blood flow. In the long run, this can lead to cognitive decline and increased risk of stroke, but it doesn't stop there. High sodium intake negatively impacts the gut-brain axis, which is the communication link between the gut and the brain. This disruption sends inflammatory signals to the brain, worsening cognitive dysfunction. According to research, high sodium intake increases the production of proteins linked to cognitive impairment, resulting in memory deficits and learning difficulties. Therefore, reducing your consumption of salty foods not only benefits your heart but also helps protect your brain. Now that we've covered salty foods, let's explore another brain-destroying substance found in bottles: alcohol, and how it damages brain health. Alcohol may be a common social drink, but its effects on the brain are far from harmless. While moderate consumption is often deemed acceptable, even small amounts can have long-term consequences for cognitive function. Regular alcohol intake gradually damages the brain, impairing memory and emotional regulation, which can ultimately lead to significant mental decline.
The lie, the big lie, is I should drink because 1 or 2 glasses of alcohol are good for me a day. And yes, there are some studies that show that, many of them published by the alcohol industry. But I knew it was a lie as soon as I started looking at the brain in 1991. People who drink every day have a smaller brain. And when it comes to the brain, size matters. People who drink every day have more disrupted white matter in the brain. So what's white matter? White matter are the tracks. So you've heard about gray and white, and gray matter is nerve cell bodies, pretty important, brain cell bodies, where a lot of the processing happens. The white matter brain cell tracks, it's the communication networks, it's the highways. And people who drink even a little bit have more disrupted white matter, more disrupted communication networks. Plus, I mean, the kicker for me, the American Cancer Society came out last year and said, you shouldn't drink because any alcohol is associated with an increased risk of 7 different kinds of cancer, and cancer is bad for your brain.
As Dr. Amen explains, alcohol consumption is harmful to brain health as it crosses the blood-brain barrier, disrupting communication between neurons. This interference slows brain activity, affecting everything from motor skills to judgment. Heavy drinking can lead to the shrinkage of brain tissue, especially in the hippocampus, which is the area responsible for memory and learning. According to the Alzheimer's Society, alcohol intake increases the risk of dementia. Alcohol also interferes with neurotransmitters, which are essential for mood regulation and cognitive function. Similarly, long-term drinking also reduces the brain's ability to make important chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which can increase the risk of depression and anxiety. Plus, heavy alcohol use is a top cause of early-onset dementia, showing just how harmful it can be. So if you want to keep your brain healthy, steering clear of alcohol is super important. Now that we've addressed the 5 major dietary threats to the brain, it's time to talk about the foods that can boost your brain function and overall health. And the first brain-boosting foods that Dr. Amen recommends are herbs and spices.
Turmeric, used in curry, contains a chemical that has been shown to decrease plaques in the brain, thought to be responsible for Alzheimer's disease. Scientific evidence shows rosemary, thyme, and sage boost your memory. Cinnamon helps attention. Garlic and oregano boost blood flow to the brain. Hot, spicy taste of ginger, cayenne, black pepper boost metabolism. And so you can use spices like medicine.
As Dr. Amen rightly said, herbs and spices like turmeric, ginger, and garlic do more than add flavor to our meals. They offer powerful benefits for the brain. Turmeric, for instance, contains curcumin, a compound known for its potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. One study revealed that regular consumption of curcumin improves memory and attention in older adults. Plus, spices like cinnamon and sage have been found to boost cognitive function by enhancing blood flow to the brain. These natural seasonings help protect the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which play a role in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. This makes adding more herbs and spices to your diet an easy and flavorful way to support brain health. Dr. Amen also highlights green leafy vegetables as another brain-boosting superfood we must include in our diets.
And a number of vegetables like broccoli and spinach are actually very high in protein.
Green leafy vegetables like kale, broccoli, and spinach are packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that protect the brain from cognitive decline, making them a nutritious way to support brain health. A study revealed that individuals who consumed at least a serving of green leafy vegetables daily had a slow rate of cognitive decline. These veggies are particularly high in protein, folate, and vitamin K, which reduces inflammation and protects the neurons of the brain. Therefore, adding more leafy greens to your diet can help keep your mind sharp, even in old age. Next on the list of foods Dr. Amen identifies as great for the brain are healthy fats and oils. Let's carefully pay attention to what he has to say about them.
The healthiest fats, avocados. My dad was an avocado grower. Coconut butter, coconut, grass-fed beef, bison, and lamb, nuts. Walnuts are associated with less depression. Olives, had some for lunch. Organic free-range poultry, and seafood, anchovies, Arctic char, catfish, king crab, wild salmon, sea bass, and so on. Healthy oils, avocado oil, coconut oil, macadamia nut oil, olive oil, but don't cook with olive oil because at high temperatures can turn rancid. And unhealthy fats, so eat this, skip or limit that. Canola oil, corn oil, no. Vegetable oil, industrial raised animal fat and dairy, no. Processed meats, no. Safflower oil, soy, and trans fats, which are being banned because they're bad.
Dr. Amen recommends healthy fats and oils, such as those in avocados, nuts, fatty fish, and olive oil, as essential for brain health. These fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, help maintain the structure and function of brain cells. According to research, people who consumed more omega-3 fatty acids had better cognitive performance and a lower risk of suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Omega-3 fatty acids help reduce brain inflammation and improve communication between neurons. They also maintain the integrity of brain cell membranes, which is essential for overall brain health. Therefore, including healthy fats in your diet offers long-term support for memory and focus. Dr. Amen also highlights organic meat as another food that benefits brain health.
Eat high-quality protein at every meal because it helps to balance your blood sugar. Protein is critical. Protein is like your energy reserve. And don't go crazy with it. About the size of your palm, 2 or 3 times a day, 4 times a day if you have hypoglycemia, if you get these low blood sugar issues. High quality protein. So fish, either sustainably farmed fish or wild fish, lamb, turkey, chicken, beef, pork.
Organic meats are a rich source of nutrients that support brain health. Packed with B vitamins, particularly B12, as well as iron and protein, meats like turkey, chicken, wild fish, and lamb play a key role in maintaining cognitive function. According to research, vitamin B12 deficiency can accelerate cognitive decline in older adults. Organic meats are less likely to contain harmful additives and hormones commonly found in conventionally raised livestock. This means you're consuming cleaner proteins that support neurotransmitter function and overall brain health. Including more organic meats in your diet provides your brain with essential nutrients to help it thrive. Dr. Amen also identifies berries as one of the essential foods for brain health.
So blueberry, it's the phytonutrients. They've actually done studies showing cognitive enhancement with blueberry juice.
Berries such as blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries are packed with antioxidants that provide remarkable benefits for the brain. In fact, a study revealed that individuals who consumed blueberries regularly had a slower rate of cognitive decline. The antioxidants in berries help fight oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which contribute to neurodegenerative diseases. Moreover, the high fiber content in berries promotes gut health, further supporting the gut-brain connection. This makes incorporating a variety of berries into your diet a delicious and nutritious way to protect your brain health. As you work toward better brain health, incorporating these brain-boosting foods can help you stay sharp and maintain optimal cognitive abilities as you age. However, don't forget to also avoid the brain-damaging foods Dr. Amen warns about. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and share it to benefit others. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification icon to never miss out on any of our future content. See you in the next video.